and I felt more empty, more anxiety and fear than ever before. Fear of not knowing something, of not being good enough, being unworthy, consumed me, got me here, and get me there. But where? Where do I want to go? My life has no meaning, has no purpose. I went to a seminar one day, and a speaker, dressed in his gorgeous Armani suit and shiny shoes, looked me straight in the eye and said, if you continue doing what you've been doing, you will continue getting what you've been getting. I realized that I had to change, but I didn't know how. I realized that no matter how much money you piled up, how many accomplishments you have, what degrees you have, what car you drive, you will never, ever, ever be good enough. It was a bottomless pit. I've seen so many athletes buying into the same belief that one day I'm going to be a champion, and then I'm going to be happy and fulfilled. And so many became drug and alcohol addicts, asking themselves a question, what for? Sasha! Sasha! She's not responding. I'm standing in a hockey box, in a beautiful ice arena, in the middle of the Italian Alps. My student, Sasha Cohen, a 21-year-old figure skater, national champion, an Olympic favorite, is laying in the middle of the ice, crying hysterically. She fell on a simple triple toe loop. Simple. Because she's been doing these triple toe loops for over 10 years, consistently. But today, a week before the Olympics, she's in the middle of the ice, can't do anything, falling apart, struggling with pressure. And there is nothing I can do about it, because she won't even look at me. A week later, she's in the limelight. Millions of people are glued to TV screens watching Sasha compete. For a coveted gold medal. Can she do it? 2 days before that, she won the short program with a small margin. But today is a long program. 4 minutes, her final skate. She skates out on the ice, takes a deep breath in, takes her opening pose. Beautiful Romeo and Juliet starts playing. She takes off, she skates a little slow, a little hesitant, goes into her first opening triple-triple combination jumps. Bam! She just crashes spectacularly. Shaking, she gets up, skates into her next jump. Bam! Another mistake. 35 seconds into her program, and her dream of an Olympic performance is forever lost. She got herself back together afterwards, and she got silver. Not bad, right? How many of you can actually brag that you have an Olympic silver medal? Anyone? Okay, not that many. But Sasha, she didn't win the silver. She lost the gold. We were going home. shaking, asking questions. How could this be? She worked so hard for 15 years, 5 to 7 days a week, 5 to 8 hours a day, trying to get there, being the best that she could be, working with the best coaches in the world. No stone was unturned in her training. Jumps, spins, choreography, skating skills, agility, strength, endurance, you name it. Everything. Except one thing. You know what that is? Confidence. That's it. Confidence was the only thing she didn't work on. You see, most people believe that when they become really awesome at something, when they raise their competence levels, when they become consistent at something, then they will have confidence. Sasha believed, as all of us did, that when she does those jumps and those programs consistently every day, she would have enough confidence until we learn something else. People usually were speaking at the ring. Oh, so-and-so is just mental. Oh, well, she just doesn't have enough confidence. Or, well, sometimes he can do it and sometimes he can't. Well, it just doesn't work this way. I couldn't stand watching another athlete of mine going through this pain of working so hard and then losing. Are you guys with me? So you know how that goes, right? And the psychologists, they would say this thing, confidence-competence loop. Have you ever heard that before? I went back to school after this to get my master's degree in sports psychology, and that's what they were talking about. Competence loop. When your competence goes up, so is your confidence. Well, let me ask you something. How many incompetent people are at the Olympics? Obviously, everyone is competent. So obviously, that's not really the case. Competence loop works at a lower levels. But as we get better, it's no longer working. So something else had to happen. The good news was that sent us all on the journey. And I was on the journey, totally determined to find a way, not just to confidence, but to bulletproof confidence. Something unshakable, something that you can actually rely on. Just think about that. How does it make any sense? Like when we talk about confidence and being confident and not being confident, right? How does it make any sense? If today I have confidence, right? You've heard people speak about this, right? I have confidence, right? So if today I have confidence, well, what happens tomorrow? I may or may not have confidence because it fluctuates. So how can I have confidence in confidence if it comes and goes? It just doesn't make any sense. Isn't it? So there had to be another way. So for a while, I was at that program in sports psychology. And then I found that it had limit to it. Because in sports psychology, what they were teaching was more band-aids, coping skills. So when you're not really feeling great, well, take this Advil and you're going to feel better. But once that Advil is gone, guess what happens? The problem is back. You guys relating to that? So it didn't work. And then I discovered that in psychology, in the Western psychology, they actually study mental emotional, physical levels. And then there actually is another level. And you guys are here in this room because you're attending this conference, right? So there is that other level, the spiritual level. So it happened I got lucky to discover Kundalini Yoga. I don't know if you guys been in that other room for the Kundalini Yoga. And so I heard Kundalini Yoga is the thing. So I became Kundalini Yoga teacher. And then I continued on and went on to get my master's degree in spiritual psychology, just looking for those skills. And so as I started going deeper and deeper into studying spirituality, I have actually discovered the bulletproof confidence. And today I'm going to teach you 3 ways of how you can attain that. Is that cool? Okay. That's like totally life-changing. So I started going deeper and deeper into spiritual texts. And one of the things that was really important for me, and that's my mission, is to help people discover, unleash their potential. And so potential actually has a lot more to do with confidence than competence has to do with confidence. So you don't have that confidence thing, then you can't actually unleash that potential because you're going to always kind of like hold back because there is always something to lose. You know how it goes, like, I have money, I don't have any money. I have health, I don't have health. Everything is just going in the cycles, right? And you're afraid all the time to like lose that comfort zone and where you're going to be when you go in that uncomfortable place. So we don't want to lose what we've got that makes us comfortable there. So here, the potential. I'm looking how I can help my students to uncover that potential and to have that confidence. As I started studying spiritual texts more and more, going deeper and deeper, I discovered something interesting. And what I have discovered is that all these texts speak about self-realization. You've heard that before, right? Self-realization. And so, okay, cool, self-realization, God is within me. I keep reading that. And one day, I'm like, what if I take the word self out and I put the word potential in? Bam! Everything changed. Because no longer it was self-realization, it was potential realization. I want you to really hear that. Self, God, is potential. So potential is not something that some have more or less of. Potential isn't about capacity. Potential is not something that we have. Potential is something that we are. You see, the greatest thing about self, the God's within you, self, is that it's unchangeable. Just kind of think about that. It's infinite and it's unchangeable. And if potential equals confidence, then it becomes confidence realization. Just like potential realization. Just like self-realization. Are you guys with me? Does it make sense? Are you, yes?
I think
Yes.
so. Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
All right. And here, what's interesting about potential. Imagine a rock, a gray little rock. There's nothing special about it. It's just laying there and nothing is happening. And now imagine, I take another rock and I strike them against each other. What can happen? What do you get?
Spark.
Awesome. I can start the fire. So that spark, the fire, is the potential within the rock. Are you getting that? The fire is within the rock. Now guess what? That rock, it can lay around for millions of years, never knowing what it's got inside of it. Well, you can just sit dormant, doing absolutely nothing. I mean, we can all just do Om and do nothing and expect that something amazing is going to happen. But guess what? We need another rock so we can strike them against each other to get that spark and get that fire out of you. Are you with me?
Yes.
Not enough. Are you with me?
Yes.
Woo! All right. So that's what it takes to get that potential out. Because that's what we are. We are the potential. We just need to, bam, get that spark, and every single one of us has exactly the same amount. So, I discovered this text. How many of you are familiar with Bhagavad Gita? Awesome. And those of you who are not, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what it's called. So in that text, 6,000 years ago, it's teaching us about 3 ways to self-realization. 3 ways. That's it. And every spiritual tradition on earth uses one of these ways, action. So today I'm going to give you 3 ways of self-realization that Krishna in that book was teaching his student. So Gita is really about, it's not like even a spiritual text, it's more of a guide. So there is 3 ways, which is absolutely amazing. So the first way to absolutely bulletproof confidence or self-realization, potential realization, is the way of selfless service. The way of selfless service. And I'm going to read you this quote. You have the right to work, but never to the fruit of work. You should never engage in action for the sake of reward, nor should you long for an action. Those who are motivated only by desire for fruits of action are miserable, for they are constantly anxious about the results of what they do. How profound is that? And so simple. And you know how it is, like common knowledge is not always a common practice. We might have heard of this before, but we always get a little bit pulled like, I want to get like something, otherwise why am I going to do this, right? But here's the trick. Going back to Sasha. Imagine that she again competing at that Olympics. But now, no longer she is competing for the gold medal. No longer she is competing to prove that she is so perfect. No longer she is competing to prove her worthiness. She is competing from the place of selfless service. She is now competing because she loves doing what she is doing. Because the self within us, the selfless service, isn't about going and just doing it for something out there. Remember, the self is within us. So when we're doing things for the love of our higher self, expressing ourselves, doing it to inspire others. So she just went from that place of gratitude and joy and appreciation of, oh my gosh, I have this amazing opportunity to inspire so many people in this building. And if I fall down, that's awesome, because guess what? Now I'm getting up, and everyone falls down once in a while. How many of you have fallen down before? Look around the room. Right. But you see, some of us fall down and it's like, damn it, I can't believe this happened to me, I suck. And somebody else is like, yes, I have the opportunity to use that fall to inspire others. No longer get to lose anything. There is nothing to lose. Remember that quote? What would you do if you had nothing to lose? That's it. Now, that was the first one. I'm calling it a bonus gift. The second one is this. It's the meditation on the divine name. And this is what Krishna said. Those who worship me and meditate on me constantly without any other thought, I will provide for all their needs. I'm going to read that again. Those who worship me and meditate on me constantly without any other thought, I will provide for all their needs. Yes.
Doesn't she also say, the ones that believe in me, I will grant them knowledge?
Stand up. Say it again.
The ones that worship me, or I will grant them knowledge, or something like that in Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, I'm going to explain that now. Yep. So here it is. Many spiritual traditions, right, will have meditating or praying to a name. Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever your spiritual beliefs are. And in some traditions, there are actually no name for God. And everyone is talking about God is merciful, God is forgiving, God is loving, God is kind, God is love.
Good. Great.
All there is.
Wonderful.
All powerful.
Knowledge. So we all have some kind of a name for the quality. So what if it's not actually necessary to meditate on the name, but instead choose the quality of God. And remember what you are. Self. God is within you. So you choose the quality of God that you would like to strengthen within you. And you bring that forward. And you meditate on that constantly without any other thought. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that here, now. Is that awesome?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this is what we'll do.
Sorry.
Awesome. Okay. So now each one of you has a quality. Each one of you has a quality. So what we're going to do, if you have a water bottle with you, you guys drink water? If you have your water with you, you're going to put your water on top of it.
What if we don't?
That's okay. So next time you'll drink the water. Okay. So, oh, there is water over there.
Oh,
So we got water. Awesome. So we can just put it on the floor and just put it on. So each one of you got a quality of God. Would you agree with that? What did you get?
Connection.
What did you get?
Encouragement.
Connection.
Impeccability.
Awesome. What?
Thoughtfulness?
Yeah.
Patience?
Awesome.
thoughtfulness.
Awesome.
Connection.
Encouragement.
Kindness.
Beautiful. Okay, so now you're gonna set your water on it. So what I gave you is imagined. Imagined stands for I am, for the God. Imagine, so you're going to visualize that for meditation. Magnetize, would you like to, that quality that you received, would you like to receive that coming your way? Would that be cool? Yeah? Okay, so magnetize and intent. So you intend for that to happen. So right now what you're doing, you just put your water on your imagine, and your water has the ability to take that message in. So when you're going to be drinking that water, you're going to be drinking that inside your body. How freaking insane is that saying? Yes! Yes! All right. So next, what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you something insanely powerful. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand up. Okay. So right now you're going to, you can guys come closer. You're like hiding in the back. This is a confidence session. That means come up in front. Okay. So you're going to plant your feet firmly into the ground. Okay. And you're going to close your eyes. Just relax your hands. Shake it off. Okay. Very good. Just breathe in deeply. And exhale. Imagine that you are a tree. Imagine that through your feet, the roots are growing all the way to the center of earth. You're connected all the way to the earth. You are so strong and powerful. Now you're going to take your left hand and place it on your belly. And you're going to take your right hand and put it on your back directly opposite to your belly. Awesome. And I want you to visualize that the palm of your hand, right the center, is connected, your left hand is connected to your right hand, to the back of your right hand, connected by the silver string. Imagine they're connected. And now I want you to find the midpoint of that string. It's going to be somewhere inside of your body. When you found that point, I want you to nod your head, say, I have it. We're going to call that point 1 point. You can remove your hands now, but I want you to keep your attention on that point. You can open your eyes now. And I want you to keep your attention on that point. So you have 1 point. And now, we're just going to walk around the room. And as you walk around the room, I want you to keep your attention centered on 1 point. So as you walk around, just feel where it is. And I want you to notice the difference in how you walk. And I'll come back to your to the place where you were. Keep 1 point. And we're also going to do this mantra for a moment. And it's going to say, I'm back. I can't hear you.
I'm back.
I'm back. So whenever your mind starts wandering off, you start going all over the place, all you need to remember, I am back, and you come back to your 1 point. The truth of the matter is, things change in our lives all the time. But when you come back to that 1 point, to this moment now, I don't know if you've heard this before. What time is it now? What time is it? The time is now. So when you come into the now, everything kind of becomes timeless, right? So it's critical for us, instead of traveling with our mind all over the place, this is going to happen, this is not going to happen, this is good, this is bad, all of this stuff, you coming back into your present moment now. I am back. Keep 1 point. Let's just say that. I am back.
I'm back.
Keep 1 point.
Keep 1 point.
So just keep reminding yourself of getting into that 1 point. And now, you're going to get down and get your water and read what says on your imagine. You can read it out loud. Just read out loud what it says on your imagine, and remember to keep 1 point. Just read it out loud.
Connection.
I am the light I see. Just read it out loud. And as you read it out loud, you see that your imagined has the second part, the first part that I am, that's God within you. And the second part is the part where it's a little bit less than God, right? That's our ego. So the idea is that when we actually merge together the part of ourselves that is ego to the part of ourselves that is I am, you become full and complete with bulletproof confidence. Because you can't change that, who you are. Now, you guys are here, men and women. Let me ask you this. Do you ever worry about waking up being a different sex? No, you don't worry about that because you know who you are, right? You know, I'm a woman, I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm still gonna be a woman. I mean, imagine if I didn't know that. So, but every one of us, like the imagine that you have, you see, it's not like I'm connected. It's I am connection. That means I cannot be anything other than, because that's who I am. It doesn't matter whether no one else wants to connect with me. It doesn't matter because that's who I am. Does that make sense? Yeah. So as you keep charging your water and drinking that water and keep changing your mind, you actually start stepping into that quality more and more. You're retraining your subconscious mind to know this is who I am, no matter freaking what. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So now, as you're going to say that whole imagine again, I want you to actually visualize yourself being that. So stand up, don't be lazy, stand up, it's okay. So you're going to visualize that quality and imagine you're stepping into it. What would it feel like to stand as the quality that's on your imagined. What would that feel like? Will you stand exactly the same way? Will you just stand a little bit different? And I want you to just walk around with it, keep one point, drink your water. And as you drink your water, you're actually taking in that quality within you. So you always remember who you are. So you drink that water in and feel that every molecule of that water goes inside every single cell of your body, and you become it. Because that's who you are. Always. You've always been that. You just forgot. And as we ran through the day, and that's, I wanted to say stupid phone, but it's not. It's called smartphone, right? Well, the phone is smart. It's us that is stupid, that we keep doing this all the time. And we get disconnected. And we forget who we are. It's so hard to remember today because we're so distracted by everything. But guess what? You guys drink water every single day, all day long. Is that true? So every single time your hands touch that water bottle that's sitting on that imagined and you see, oh, this is who I am. It reminds you, step in and back. Keep on point. I am the light I seek. So I want you to get a partner. We have time? We'll have a little bit of time. So I want you to get a partner. Just turn to each other and stand in the quality that you chose. And tell your partner your name. Maybe ask them something, just choose. You can tell them what your imagined is. But what I want you to do, don't just blah, blah, blah like we normally speak. I want you to speak feeling, being the quality that you are. So you speak just a little bit different. Cool?
Yeah.
Woo! Let's do that.
I am Anna. Hi.
And this is.
I am.
This kind of.
I'm connected to your encouragement. And I like that I can find encouragement.
I found this concept really important.
That's a connection, isn't it? That I can find encouragement from you. It is.
It is.
All are connected.
Yes. And through that connection, we can encourage each other to be confident, to be ourselves, to allow others to be themselves too. That's what I struggle with, worrying about what other people think.
And let's switch.
Oh, we're doing it back for us.
We're all disconnected because society expects this, that, peers, family, friends. Everybody's trying to
It's not real. It's not real. And since we're children, I don't think there's anything being domesticated because we do have a certain amount of social order. But the end of the programming has disconnected us from who we truly are inside. Yeah. Yeah. And I encourage
All right.
thinking that you can.
All right. So let's come back.
Thank you very much. My name is Diane. Nice to meet you. Dee?
Let's give this up a big applause. Woo! How was it?
Awesome.
Repeat the term. This is my baby. I imagine life as my baby. I have to shut up about that because I will never stop. Because I know what it does, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Did you feel the difference speaking from that quality?
Yes.
I want you to imagine for a moment what happens to our planet if everyone is charging their water and stepping into their higher self. Wouldn't that be crazy, insane, awesome? Yeah. So the third way to self-realization is the way of love. And the way of love means doing things for the highest good of all concerned. And I want you just to think about this. You just did this simple exercise. How would it serve the world around you if you showed up in that quality every day? That's a true way of love. It's amazing that a simple few words on this little card combines with it all three ways of self-realization. No need to read big books, nothing. You just do this. The first way, the way of selfless service. You charge that water and you just do that with no attachment to the result. The second way, meditation on your high self. Well, this is exactly what you just did. And you drink your water all day long, so that's meditating on the divine aspect of self without any other thought all day long. Sure, you're gonna forget, but every time you touch that water, bam, you remember. And the third way is the way of love, doing it for the highest good of all concerned. And as you do that, Krishna said, what the outstanding person does, others will try to do. The standard such people create will be followed by the whole world. Just take that in. As you become that outstanding person, you set that standard for others. And as you become your best self and you're happy, guess what happens to the neighbor next to you? Oh, how are you this way? I want to do what you do. I want to be that too. That's how we start changing the world, creating that ripple effect. Is that awesome?
Awesome.
Back in Los Angeles, the line moved closer. The drums got louder. Suddenly, the sea of people in front of parted. And right there, in front front of me laid a 10-foot long fire pack of red hot coals. Two people on my side said, "Walk." I took a deep breath in and I marched. I marched away from coaching figure skating. I marched away from feeling unworthy. I marched away from the need to prove my worthiness. I marched towards a new path, towards inspiring and empowering other people to find themselves. I marched towards finding the path to my best self. As I marched, I knew exactly what was going to take me there. Because getting there is our purpose. It is our birthright and our responsibility. Becoming our best selves. Unleashing the potential that we all are. Inspiring one person a day with my story to go and discover their own path themselves. Are you guys ready to follow me there?
Yes.
Let's do it! Oh my gosh. How was that?
Good.
Awesome. So tomorrow, are you ready? I'm speaking in the main room at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to continue this journey further. And oh, I forgot I have PowerPoints. There, so tomorrow. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm speaking at the main room. And it's going to blow your mind away. You know that, right? Woo! Okay. If you guys want to know more about Imagined Life, I have a table here. You guys can come and ask me questions. And I gave you some feedback forms. If you don't have one, please take one. I would love to hear from you. And please come and see me at the table. No, you get to keep your Imagine. It's completely yours. But not right, not these.
Thank you.